There's an island across the sea, beautiful Kauai, beautiful Kauai, and it's calling, yes, calling to me, beautiful Kauai, beautiful Kauai. In the land of Fern Grotto, Mother Nature made its home, and the falls of Wailua, where lovers often roam. So I'll return to my island on the sea, beautiful Kauai, beautiful Kauai. Beautiful Kauai, beautiful Kauai. So I sing and I write songs too, and I've been on Broadway. I wrote a song the other day because of what's going on. You know, it's a whole different world now. I've got the quarantine blues right down to my shoes. It's been a hard day. I no one to play. I got the quarantine blues. In Kauai, it's so beautiful. What is there not to like? I love where I am. I wish you were here. I'm in Kauai, there's nothing to fear. I got the quarantine blues right down to my shoes. I walk around the lonely house. I feel myself within it, and it scares me. The emptiness inside of me. It's longing, yes, it's longing to be free. You can pretend so long, you can exist so long, and then it happens. Something inside of you, it's longing, yes, it's longing to be free. And this is me, yes, this is me. I hope you like, I hope you like, because you see, this is me. Welcome. Welcome to the Vivian Rose Lokilani show. They call me Lokilani in Kauai, but I was born with Vivian Rose, long last name. And I've been here on the island since 2004. On the Big Island for 5 years, and now here in Kauai, with little trips to New York City, London, and different things like that. But I love it here. My husband wanted to be here for many years. I think he read about the Hawaiian Islands on Dennis the Menace comic book. And he always wanted to come, and he kept talking about the Hawaiian Islands. And I kept on saying, why would I want to be stuck on an island? And now that I'm here, I can't imagine being anywhere else. It's beautiful. That's why people live here to 100 years old and over, because the weather's wonderful, the food's wonderful, and best of all, the people are wonderful. It's aloha, it's a love, it's a loveness, and this kind of philosophy should be all around the world. And now that we're going through this COVID thing, we get a chance to really experience our families and those we truly love, and ourselves, really love ourselves. You know, this is our first show, and we're going to have a lot of talent on here, because there's a lot of talent in Kauai. I'm a teacher on the islands, and I see talent all the time. And I've been introduced and I've never met him before. I'm going to get to meet him with you guys. A guy named Ed, and he's going to pronounce his last name because I don't want to say it wrong. You know, people are very particular about their names. So, you know, we're going to have Ed come up and talk a little bit about what he's doing here on this beautiful island of Kauai. Welcome. This is Ed. He was born and raised in Honolulu, and he now has been here for the last few years. And he played, you may have seen him playing at Trees with a jazz group over there. And since we've had the COVID going on, he put the sax away, and we hope we can have him bring it out again. So pronounce your last name, Ed.
Villaruel.
Villaruel. When he says it, it sounds easy. Ruel. And what does it mean, Villaruel?
I really don't know.
Okay, because my last name is Rosales, my maiden name, and that means rose bushes. My parents named me Vivian Rose Bushes. Yeah. So the Hawaiians gave me the name, and they wrote a song for me called Lokilani, which means heavenly rose. So I never know which name to use because I love both of them so much. So tell us a little bit about what brought you here.
Well, I was born and raised in Honolulu. I got into the military at the end of 1945. I spent a lot of time in Schofield, and I was picked to go into the Army band at that time. And I learned how to work with the Army musicians. And then for a while I left the music field and went into the military marksmanship program, stationed at Fort Benning, Georgia for many, many years, and traveled all over the creation, shooting these pistol matches, and wind up in Kempere, Ohio before we came back to Hawaii. And I did that for many, many years.
Wow, so you've been around.
Quite a bit. I've
Wow.
seen maybe 24, 25 different states.
Oh, that's good. That's good to do. That's good to do. Wow, and you still love your saxophone?
I still love the music. The
Uh-huh.
only thing I was a little shocked about was that after the big band music left, the rock and roll and all the other type of music came in, and it wasn't something that I knew how to do, so I quit playing. And then for some reason or other, after I came to Kauai about 3 years ago, I found out about the Trees and heard they had a jazz group there.
At Trees,
And,
Trees.
and I listened to them and asked if I could sit in, and son of a gun, they like jazz music here in Kauai. And I was a little shocked and surprised that they still like the kind of music that I played way back in the 40s and 50s.
And you know, there is a jazz band that gets together at the college. I don't know if they're doing it this year. I sang with them, and they get all the pieces together, and they do a concert once a year. And you would be great in there. They'd love you.
I have been with the college group when I first came in. In fact, I've still got the music, and I played with them a couple of times.
Yes.
But since the virus started, they quit playing, and I'm waiting to go back and see when they get together again, because I'm member of that group now.
Yes,
It's
and
a
I
big band.
am that too. I haven't done it lately, but I did a lot of music with them. And then we had a band in Lahui that the man finally retired, but he put a big band together of all different ages and everything. And we used to perform at the mall, you know, once a week. So, you know, music is still alive and well. People still dance. They have their dancing lessons, and they want to dance to this music. You know, us old timers don't want to dance to the hot music. We want to dance to the beautiful music. So it's so nice to meet you. I have a friend that knew of you, and told me about you, and I'm so glad we met you. And we're going to have different musicians come on here. And so tell me some of your favorite tunes you like to play.
Well, I played all the good big band music tenderly, but all of the tunes that were in the 40s and the 50s I still play. And like I said, I'm a little surprised that there are people a heck of a lot younger than I am that know that type of music and still love it, and that made me want to take the horn out and play again over at the Trees. And some of the tunes that they're playing there was the tunes I played way back in the 40s and 50s. So it's wonderful to have.
It's wonderful we were doing music at that time, because I was born in 43, But I grew up in San Antonio, so I was exposed to country music. I thought that's all there was Mexican and country until I went to college. Then I found out there was other kind of music, and then I just loved it. You know, it was a beautiful discovery. He brought a name up that I love, because people think it was written about the state, but it was written about his sister. Hoagie Carmichael did a great song. Georgia, Georgia, a song of you. An old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind, on my mind. I love that song, Georgia.
It's Georgia. I remember playing that way back when.
Yeah, it's a great song. Summertime and the living is easy. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high. Your daddy's rich and your ma is good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. Well, introduce us to your friend. You don't have a name for your friend, your sax, but you were playing a little something over there, just a few notes. But play a few notes for us, because there's nothing like a sax. It's one of my favorite instruments besides the voice is the sax.
Well, I played this alto in the Army band for many, many years. When big bands were the thing that was happening at that time, and I learned how to play this. And all the tunes that they're playing today seem to have gone, but I still remember some of the older ones, like the old Tenderly from way back when.
Tenderly is beautiful, and oh my gosh, you play that so well. You said you hadn't been playing for a while. Oh my gosh, you haven't lost it. It's all there. Oh, that is and you know, I've never sang that one professionally, but I love it. You know, it's a beautiful song, Tenderly. I did a lot of Channing Mathis songs because I loved him, but Tenderly is so beautiful. I love that.
That's it, from the old Out of Nowhere tune from way, way back when.
What's the name of that?
Out of Nowhere.
Out of Nowhere. See, I don't know that. You don't know who? Do you know who wrote it? Who wrote that?
I know, I don't.
Oh my gosh, that's a good.
There are so many tunes written at that time, and they completely disappeared until some of the guys that are the old musicians are bringing it back again. And the Trees was one of them that shocked the living daylights out of me, because some of those people there were a heck of a lot younger than I am.
But they love that.
But they know the tunes because
Yes.
they loved it from way back when.
Yeah. When something's good, it's good.
A tune that I used to really like, and it's called Embraceable You, if I remember correctly. That's the old tune from way back when.
Oh, Embraceable You.
Yeah, Embraceable
It's a
You.
beautiful one.
Yep.
We're going to have a full moon on the 1st, you know. We're gonna have a big full moon. The harvest moon is coming in a few days, so that's a good song, you know, Fly Me to the Moon.
I graduated from the high school in Hawaii, and at that time the war had ended, and I wanted to get married, and there was no work for me, so I joined the Army, got into the military, and stayed with them for 25 years. And when I retired, I stayed in Honolulu, learned retail, but my whole lifetime has been born and raised in Hawaii, in Honolulu, and all my children are from Honolulu, and they're all doing very, very well.
You have grandchildren then?
I have grandchildren, and I have some greats, maybe about 8 or 10 greats.
Are any of them in music, like you?
No, unfortunately, no.
And you could be teaching them. Oh, gosh. So thank you for joining us in our first show. We're going to be introducing talent from all over the island, and we're so happy we met Ed, who loved playing at trees, and will probably be playing again. We're going to try to put a little group together, and maybe he'll like some of the musicians. He'll play with them. That would be so nice. And come and visit us again here at our show. Thank you so much for playing. You know. I get no kick from champagne. We're out.